Well, been a while since I've seen this screen, hasn't it? Welcome back to Tales of Maj'Eyal, the Embers of Rage. So we're going to start a new game here with Tales of Maj'Eyal. But it'll be a little bit different than past games because we're going to be using the DLC Embers of Rage and, yeah, the Embers of Rage campaign. To begin your steamy adventures of hot metal mayhem, simply select the Embers of Rage campaign and be on your way of glory. Have fun crushing the foes of the pride. So yes, there's like multiple campaigns you can pick. And if you pick up the Embers of Rage, you can get the Orc campaign here. So let's just read this up a little bit. The prides lie in ruins. The sorcerers have been defeated. Orcs in all Maj'Eyal are in dismay, hunted by the Sunwall and their newfound allies from the west. The Scourge from the west is back in the west, but her legacy stays strong. The Orc race is once again upon the brink of destruction, but not all hope is lost. On the isolated Clork Peninsula lies the fifth pride, Crux Pride, unseen and unharmed by the Scourge. Yet, not all is great there either. The Sunwall offensive has set up an outpost blocking the way to the mainland, but the worst threat comes from the peninsula itself. The main inhabitants are not the Orcs, but the Atmos tribe, a civilization of steam giants, whose mastery of steam tech makes them incredible foes. Play an Orc, prove your worth, use steam tech against the giants, reclaim the Far East, and free it from the Sunwall scum. Craft your own steam saws, rocket boots, steam-powered armors, and all kinds of steamy technology. This is your destiny, for Garkul's legacy, for the glory of the pride. So, Orcs. I'm going to be able to play an Orc. Davian Steamy Orc. So, initially when you basically jump into the Sunwall campaign, you'll notice that all this stuff is locked. There's a couple races you can play besides Orc, but you have to unlock them as well. And of course, there's there's a warrior class you can play, but for the most part, what's really nice about the Embers of Rage campaign is that it's basically the Tinker classes. And you can start off with either the Saw Butcher or the Gunslinger. Now, I'll note that I've only played Embers of Rage a little bit. I never really played a whole lot of it in the beta. So this will be sort of like a fresh start on like a Tales of Maj'Eyal adventure. In Maj'Eyal, of course. I'm going to jump into the Gunslinger because I played with it a little bit initially and it did okay. And we'll see how far I get. Alright, so there's going to be a few things to note, by the way, that are be a little bit different. One, we got basically the Orc ratios here. So basically with Tales of Maj'Eyal, usually you have multiple races of halflings and humans and elves, and they all have their own racials. Orcs have their own racials too, and in this case we're actually able to make use of them. So we've got Orcish Fury, Hold the Ground, Skirmisher, and Pride of the Orcs. So that'll be interesting to look at. The first one here, Orcish Fury basically lets you summon your lust for blood and destruction, especially when the odds are against you. You increase your damage by 10% plus 1.2% per enemy in line of sight up to 5. So you can basically get increase in damage. So really useful thing right here. And of course, if you basically up your Constitution, and that's something I know about Orcs, their Constitution race, you need increase it even further. So for one, the Constitution is actually sort of useful to the Orcs, so that's kind of nice. I basically picked the Gunslinger, so they're a ranged type of class. Basically, you start a steam gun mastery, so you can use steam guns. And you got strafe here, which basically in one motion you fire your double steam guns, and may then move to adjacent tiles. Basically, you can run around. Let's see here. Now, I'll note that something I note about the Embers of Rage is that you basically got a new resource called Steam. And a lot of these things use Steam, like Stray Furies use Steam, Overheat Bullets use Steam. And it's all different types of Steam costs. So this is a Steam cost of 30 when you activate it. This one's 6. This one here is a sustain, so it basically drains free Steam. You get Slip Away, which basically uses small Steam ores to enhance your movement. You are able to slip past up to one foe's line. After passing a target, you may quickly run 2 tiles away. Nice little stuff like this. I'm not sure exactly how the Gunslinger plays, so it'd be a little bit different to play, but whatever. So let's see here. Emergency steam purge. You open all steam valves at once, releasing a radius-free wave of superheated steam around yourself, which deals fire damage. If you had at least 50 steam, the vapors will be so hot that they'll burn sensory organs, blinding affected creatures for 2 turns. So that's like an emergency get out of get out of jail free type of card. And this is for steam tickers, which is sort of important if you're going to go over this stuff. Steam tech is actually something that's a little bit new to the game. Basically, it takes the place of your inscription slot for infusions and runes and stuff, and basically have a serve salves. Basically, is what they're used for. That'll be interesting to look into. Alright, well, let's just start randomly doing stuff. Let's just put a point here in strafe. Get my dexterity up to 18 because that'll probably help my damage, I think. Let's get I feel like I slip away in case that's going to be useful. And we'll get a little bit of orchestra because something I know about the orcs is that because they're first visual is kind of important to use for increased damage, it's actually going to be beneficial to use this. So I'm actually going to make use of it, I think. So let's begin. Welcome to Tales of Maj'Eyal. Welcome, David and Steaming Orc. You are a member of the prideful but dwindling orc race. Throughout history, your race has been hated, hunted, and mercilessly killed by the others. It also committed its lots of atrocities and destructions. But now, the orcs are on the brink of extinction. All their strongholds in Maj'Eyal have been destroyed either by the Sunwall or the one you named the Scourge of the West. Of the 4 prides on the mainland none stood. They all fell and very few of their members were able to flee. Only the Crook Pride, stationed on the Cork Peninsula, still stands, but for how long? The Sunwall outpost blocks the way to the mainland, and the peninsula itself is home to an advanced race of aggressive giants and master steam technologies. And now the giants have dug a tunnel through the mountains right into Crook, pouring out of it to end the pride once and for all, while the bulk of the Crook forces are away. They must be stopped at once. If Crook fails, the orc race dies with it. You grab the bomb from the stalks, and now you must enter the tunnel and detonate it. It is a weak spot to make it crumble. For the orcs, for Garko's legacy. Alright, so we start off the mission where basically there's these steam giants and they're basically invading. So, we got these guys around. We got Orc Guard, we got, Orc Gunslingers. There's our steam resource, basically it's purple. Here's my, my shots. And something I know about the steam guns is that they use orange shots. So this is I think the same as your slings ammo. And of course I've got a hat because gotta have a rough leather hat because I'm a gunner. Alright, let's get this going then. So, first things first, let's start firing people. So we'll fire this giant. Kill them all. Whoops. So yeah, you have to be careful. You actually hit your friends if you're not careful. Alright, well there we go. We got through those guys. Matista Mall later, so yeah, here's a Minotaur. Read its description. This is a big undead Minotaur. It's carrying a nasty looking hammer imbued with lightning. Yeah, I gotta read your descriptions so here's a stern looking guard. He will not let you disturb the town. A nasty looking orc armed with double steam guns. So this is basically what, the campaign starts you out with. You basically have an orc town. There's way basically out. But to start, basically you've got this mission to basically clean up the orcs. These invading steam giants are invading the orcs. So let's get doing that then for now. So here's Crook Pride 2. We'll basically clear out in here first. Here's a steam giant berserker. So this steam giant carries a massive greatsword with both hands. And you see a cloud of fixed steam enveloping the blade. So basically, here's our first threat. Get close and we'll start firing at him. Now they can like do stuff like dazing you and such, but whatever. It shouldn't be too tough going through here initially, so we'll just kill these guys easily enough. Steam Giant Guard. This titanic figure walks towards you, a massive sword and shield in each hand. So there's like a bulwark. As you can see, we're in a nice experience for all this stuff from the first little bit. Steam Giant Gunner. This Steam Giant is carrying a powerful looking gun, so a gunner. He can shoot at me. Oh, nice, we level up. You have to use any of my Steam tech or anything, but whatever. Let's boost up my Constitution a little bit because it's important for, my skills over here. And let's get strafe up a little bit more, I guess. Strafe is important, I think, for keeping your ammo up when you need it. So, like, I can use, like, strafe right now. And I can, like, move, like, say, right here. Cool. Oops, that's not cool. Well, I reloaded there because I used strafe there, so that happened. Now notice I'm using like 2 shots instead of like the usual 1, and I'm gonna just turn off my friend list here, or put me in an offline stance for my friends here. What we got here? We got ourselves a Steam Giant Gunslinger. So this Steam Giant carries a steam gun in each hand, and is apparently shooting at me already. So let's just back up. We'll kill that guy quickly enough. So yeah, I'll note that for like the first little bit of this game, I'm not going to do a whole lot of like managing of my inventory and stuff like that. Something I know about this game, basically there's like a whole lot of changes to like how like the inscriptions like sort of work, because I've now got like these styles and such. I got like the medical injector here, which basically lets me inject myself with like things. I got an implant for steam generators here as well. Basically, I've got like these things called styles, and I can use these in place of like inscriptions. So I can activate this item to basically remove 1 physical effect and grant a frost aura. There's other stuff too, I think. I might have to use this, but basically here's a simple healing salve, which basically also does stuff for you. I don't really need to do anything just yet, but whatever. Here's a Commander Frowler. So this heavily armored steam giant carries a huge battle axe, swinging it menacingly towards you. So that'll be interesting. There's where I have to blow up the tunnel weakness. Okay, let's activate this now. And we'll activate this. No, he has to get closer. Okay, we'll fire. Oop, this guy tried to pin me to the ground. That's annoying. Let's just do this. Hit him once. So let's just basically work here. So in one motion, you fire a double steam gun, 100% weapon damage, 1 tile range, and then you may move to an adjacent tile. The talent will be activated for up to 3 consecutive turns before it goes on cooldown. It takes time according to your steam tech speed or movement speed, if you move whichever is slower. Alright, well, that's cool. Let's fire and slip away. Can I slip away this way? Look at that, we slipped away there a little bit. So yeah, I got slipped away for an escape talent, basically. Works quite well, as you can see. And ow, this guy really hurts, so I want to basically sort of stay away from him a little bit. So let's see here. At this point, I really need to sort of like kill this guy, so I can heal up to 111 health, so I think we'll take another hit from this guy. heal up a little bit. So this actually takes a turn to use. That's, you know, something to note there. Let's do this. We're just going to back away from him. We'll fire once and hit him. And we'll do another slip away. So note that it basically takes steam to basically do stuff, but I actually regenerate a little bit of steam as I go along. So, oops, I got pinned here. So let's do that. Get rid of the pin effect. Well, that was a close battle, but there's like the first boss killed. And that's like, you know, a bit of how this game's going to basically play. Alright, lore found. Yeti mind control. This device seems to be designed to hack the mind of a wild Yeti and make it able to be used as a weapon of war. So yeah, here's something to note. You basically have these, like, you know, orcish things that you basically do like this. So quest. Yeti reinforcements. See the journal for further details or click here. Okay. So, Yeti reinforcements. You found a Yeti mind control tinker. If you can tame 8 wild Yetis and send them back to Crook Pride, they can be trained and sent back to you at your request using a cycleportation beacon. Wild Yetis are mostly found in Yeti caves. So basically you can, like, you know, do like things like this to try, like, you know, sort of like, you know, turn the tides of battle. Alright, well anyways, I can go boost this up to 5. So that'll give me some more damage. And I might want to raise this a little bit to get more combat accuracy at some point. We'll do that later. For now, let's get more damage and stuff. More constitution. And I have access to new stuff here, like double shots, which basically an overpowered display of marksmanship. You fire your steam guns twice in rapid succession. Each shot, target separately deals reduced damage and stuns its target for 1 turn. So basically, this is like sort of like the knock and knocker. And you got Starling Shot. You durably fire a missing shot at a target starling for 3 turns. If the target fails a mental save, it is instantly recurled 2 steps back. The next shot that hits the starting creature will deal more damage. So there's, like, you know, your riposte type of shot for, like, range class. We'll get both of these for the hell of it. And if I go here, you place the detonator. You have 200 turns to get out of here or be destroyed by the explosion. Use your raw recall if you need to. Alright, so now if I want to, I can click this. Giants have breached the mountainside of Crook Pride. They are invading the town just when most of our forces are outside. Only you and a few others have left to close the breach by collapsing the tunnel from inside. You have collapsed the tunnel, saving the Pride for now. So that's done. Now I think I can get out of here, so that's good. And notice I've only got 8 turns left because I sort of explored out of here. Don't do that, by the way. You want to explore around before you hit the thing, but whatever. Alright, I want to keep this. And I can't use the armor here. Can't use well, I can use steam slots, but there's really no point to using them because they're not my type of weapon. And we'll wear this. Actually, you know what? Let's just move all this stuff to normal inventory. I'll sell it in town because we're right next to town. I guess I can't move it all. Okay, let's see here. Well, can I put this on? Hey, cool, I can put that on. Alright, let's just transmogrify this to get rid of it. Alright, so boom. And now if we go down here, this thing's, you know, crushed. The tunnel's gone. Alright, well, there's shops basically around here if I need them. So if I want to, I can, like, go in here, like, you know, here's like the herbalist infusion stuff. You know, you can get, like, you know, inscriptions there. Here's a tinker store. You can see these guys' wares. You can get special training. I can need to offer you some training, talent category, blah blah, for a fee. And it sells you wares for, like, you know, schematics, medical injectors and stuff. So mech wall. Alright, so this guy's offering me steam blades, so I don't really need these, so let's just, you know, sell stuff here, I guess. And if I don't need it, I'm going to sell it right here. So I'll note there's just some stuff for me to learn, honestly. So note that I might be, like, you know, making some mistakes as I go along here. Because this is, like, you know, sort of my, you know, I haven't really played this enough to really know how, like, all the stuff work and stuff like that. There'll be some time basically learning how this stuff works. Hmm. So these guys will only pay up to 25 gold for my stuff, I guess, if I sell this stuff to them. Just reading this, like, you know, pays up to 25 gold. Alright, I might read this at some point, but the price is a little steep at this point. Basically, there's some lore for me to get, you know, in the game. There's, like, the library. And if I want to, here's, like, a, you know, this thing here. Armory shop. Alright, well, that's enough, you know, of that stuff. Let's go up here. So, let's begin the adventure. So we're basically here on the Crook Peninsula. Now, noticeably there's going to be some things that will be a little bit different. You got like the Sunwall Outpost over here. You've got like, you know, the way to the Vaporous Emporium, which is basically for like the Steam Giants. I think it'll give you a warning if you go too far down here, saying, stop, you're getting too far, go back. So we're just going to go in here to the Yeti Cave. And let's see how this works. We'll fight some stuff. Kill some rats. Alright, here's a Yeti. So, Yeti male. This large humanoid form is coated with thick white fur. So let's see how this works. This device seems to be designed to hack the mind of the wild Yeti to make it able to use as a weapon of war. What if I can just use it blind like this? So, I might have to injure this guy first. Okay, he's injured a little bit. Let's see if I can use this on him. So I have to hurt it more. Or kill it. That sucks. Poor Yeti, he died. Oh well. So you have to really injure the Yetis to basically capture him. That's, you know, worth noting, I guess. Okay, let's go here. We'll get this. Let's get this too as well. This might be a really nice thing to use at some point. Let's go more of this. I bet I can get this now if I want to. That's cool. That's probably like my increased damage. I just increased my damage for my weapons. So there's like your Arrow Master type of technology. Or, you know, talent. Yeti Warrior. This huge humanoid form is coated with thick white fur. With large vicious claws, it looks angry. So we got ourselves another Yeti over here. And overtake the Yeti's mind in order to report to Crook Pride. So there's one captured Yeti. Ah ha ha. Alright, we got ourselves another Yeti. Whoops. Killed him again. Alright, we got another guy here, so maybe I can get him. Nice. So there we go. We're capturing Yetis left and right. Ha ha ha. And you are pretty close to death, so let's try this. Hurrah! Another Yeti's been captured. And oh yeah, by the way, you should probably note that this is sort of interesting how this works. Basically, the Yeti Cave, it has like these, like, you know, breakable ice walls that basically act as doors. These are like the doors, like, you know, to other parts of the level. And hopefully it's enough. Capture him. And you're almost captured. Right, he is captured. Captured. A Yeti cub. This humanoid form is coated with thick white fur. Wonder if you can actually capture that guy. Let's see. Yoink. Yep, you can capture that guy. So yeah, basically as like an orc, the sort of like gist of what's happening here is that you're basically sort of like, you know, surviving from like, you know, the wrath of the scourge that basically brought, you know, havoc to like the four prize and then took out the sorcerers and all that. And you're basically sort of adopting a technology like the steam giants that are on the, you know, this like, you know, peninsula with you. Not too bad that, you know, he died. Alright, there we go. Yay, reinforcements! Alright, so basically capture 8 Yetis, and they'll be available to summon at level 20. Now here's something nice about this, by the way. Option unlocked, new race Yeti. Yetis are native creatures to the cold mountains of the Clark Peninsula. Highly evolved bipedal animals, they still lack true sentience. Their white fur covers an extremely strong body, but their minds are weak. Techno-psionics of the Kruk Pride have managed to devise a system to hijack the Yeti's body, transferring their own mind into them to increase the Pride's fighting power. You have helped capture multiple Yetis for such purposes, and can now create a new character with the Yeti race. So this is basically one of the new unlockable races you basically have in the Orc campaign, the Yeti. They have access to altitude rage, which basically lets them call upon the harsh climate at their birthplace to freeze their foes. They have mind weave, but basically lets them control the Orc. Controlling Orc retains a small part of his psionic powers, giving them a powerful mind tool, and they have a strong body. So there we go. Hey, a steam gun. Oops, I just got frozen, but yoink. Nice thing is that you got the ability to get rid of it with, like, you know, basically this is my wild infuse is what this is right here, a simple frost solve. That's basically how it can work for you. Run through our door. There might be a boss up here because I see a campfire. And what's this? Warmth. This target's warmth from this campfire increases steam regeneration by 6 per turn, stamina by 30%, and stamina regeneration by 4. So this is actually a new effect. Cool. Campfire. That's actually pretty useful. Because, you know, steam is something you use. Alright, we're going to go in here. I basically got new stuff. This basically changes my stats and gives me 1 extra range. Why not? We'll put this on. That'll give me extra range at least with one of my pistols. I need armor training for some of this other stuff, sadly. So that's a bit of a nuisance. And I'm not going to try and keep all this stuff. We're just going to ditch and go. And by the way, you'll notice I'm getting, like, you know, new ingredients and stuff. Basically, it's like new stuff, like, you know, you got lumps of iron, which basically lets you build stuff. And there's like a whole lot of stuff involved with like the solves too. So there's like basically new stuff to deal with. Did I explore this fully? This area? No, there's more to it. So let's get going. Alright, we got ourselves a Yeti warrior up here. Let's activate this right now. I'm going to basically blast this guy in a moment. And I can use this to hop away a little bit. I should probably use some of this stuff like the Starling Shot. Or double shots and stuff. Whatever. I haven't really had to use it just yet. And let's go with another strafe, I guess. Hit that guy. I'm out of ammo. That's not good at all. Let's go with double shots in the bear. So yeah, that's something else. Basically, you have the ability to, like, it gets fired to like 2 separate targets if you want with like your double shots here. Hit that guy there. Now this thing should let me get through the guys too. So if I want to, I can go like this, and then I can go like that. Perhaps there's another warrior coming from me. Apparently, there's that guy taking more damage. It kind of sucks I don't have any steam, or not steam, but shots basically keep firing at these guys. And well, we might see me die here, which will be, you know, most unfortunate. But this is something to note. It's going to be a lot harder for like the Embers of Rage campaign. Something I know about Tales of Maj'Eyal is that compared to the Embers of Rage campaign, I've actually noticed this. It's actually more difficult because you don't have like the option of how can I put it? Oops, did I just block my way out? Yeah, I might just block my way out from here. Basically, you don't have the option so much as like you did in the original campaign to basically, you know, kill stuff. Like you can like sort of march around like to the little star dungeons and like level up with them. You don't have that sort of option here as much, so it's a lot more, you know, tougher. Okay, we'll kill that guy. Let these guys get a little bit closer. This guy can, of course, rush me at some point, so I have to watch out for that, too. I think at this point, it might be better to sort of escape at this point and, you know, come back with a full load of, like, shots. So, let's do that. We'll try this again. Start off with this. Oops, I got disarmed. We'll kill that guy. When at first you don't succeed, stare, you know, dance. Let's do that. Let's go like this. And that's gonna suck to that guy's right there, but whatever. I want to kill this guy possibly before I get out of here, so try. That's done. There goes that guy. Alright, looks like we found our schematics. Here's like itching powder. And I'm not sure where these get stored, but basically, you basically have these schematics you can build for stuff. Alright, here's so I can basically see this stuff, I guess. So here's like itching powder. The crawling ants itching powder will distract your enemies from any complicated actions. So basically that's confusion, I guess, in a nutshell. There's the stuff you require to build it, so you need to basically, you know, have like, you know, 2 stacks of herbs, viper weeds, lumps of coal. Here's like the pain suppressant style, a powerful style that steals your body for a while, letting you survive below 0 health life while increasing your resistance. So that's basically like your wild infusion, except in you know, a solid type form. Apparently, you know, here's like the stuff like you can use to like build stuff, like samurai tooth, stacks of herbs. The focus lens basically requires me to so let's see here. I'm not sure, but I guess these are like items you can actually wear. Well, this is like, you know, solid you can use. So these are like items like for hands, head, weapon. And that's for like, you know, using. It's very interesting, you know. A lot of stuff to basically learn, new stuff to learn. What is this, by the way? A crude mural painting. I may want to read that. Level. I like levels. Get this. There's probably going to be a boss at the end of this. That'll be fun to fight, I think. And let's kill that guy. Let's go over here. So you see a cave painting depicting a giant attempting to lead some Yetis away in chains, of being pulled down and mauled by other Yetis. And apparently there's like multiples of these. Let's see if there's a mural upstairs perhaps I missed. I'm seeing a campfire near it, so maybe that might be near it too. None that I can see. Ah, here we go. Group painting 1. You see a crude cave painting depicting a drake attacking a group of Yetis. As an indistinct figure washes over them, to the right you see a drawing of the figure attacking a drake, and Yetis cheering. Oh, there we go. You got Yeti story time. Because Yetis has to have lore. You know, it might have been a better idea to save the Yeti mind control a little bit when I got the new levels like this. But whatever. And isn't it nice hearing that nice, you know, ice-breaking sound instead of like the multiple door opening type of sound that you usually get? I'm sure the door opening sound will come back at some point, but, you know, the ice is a nice change. I'm surprised, I've yet to find any rares. I wonder if I'm going to find any rares anytime soon. And look at that, we found our first ruin. There's a Master's ruin. I'm not going to use that, of course, but whatever, it's there. Put on that belt. I'm doing a lot more damage now, which is, you know, probably in part to gain that up damage mastery. I bet we're going to find a boss soon. Or we're going to find one of these. Here's a statue of a champion of Orc. Demon statue, champion of Orc. So you probably already saw this a bit with like the demon campaign, but why not? I'll just read the lore as it comes along with this stuff as well. The divine torment of combat is the most straightforward of our competitions for the spectator, but those competing have a huge variety of possible divisions to enter. Most are based on the maximum amount of energy consumed by their entrance since, and including birth. Others include those set in an open field for direct combat, or difficult to navigate forested pillars to properly evaluate those who use hit-and-run tactics, or excel at setting up or detecting ambushes. In the high energy divisions, those competing are typically not born in conventional manner, usually being constructs made by a team performing collaborative effort. The constructs we now call Champions of Orc have utterly devastated most of the high-energy open-field divisions, while performing adequately in less direct ones, making them a solid fit for production and deployment in the invasion. The development team has earned a place of honor for their ingenious methods of creating such incredible strength with a sustained amount of energy input, and once mass production is in order, these gigantic creatures will become a backbone of our military. Once they arrive on the surface, y'all will experience a few fleeting moments of terror before their utter annihilation. I can touch it. Sure, we'll touch it. So the power fiercely touches damaging steam arc and fades away, leaving no traces. Hey, a mural. So crew cave painting free. You see here a cave painting depicting a giant holding an object, which is protecting some sort of beam at a Yeti. The affected Yeti is walking toward the giant, while the other Yetis are looking on in horror. So basically, he's being mind controlled, this guy. You know, just like everything else, the Orcs basically adopted technology from the Steam Giants, and the Steam Giants were like the first, like, you know, being mind controlled, I guess, the Yetis. Oh, here's the boss. Yeti Patriarch. This Yeti towers over his comrades. You see a cunning in its eye unmatched by the others. And we're just going to inspect this guy. So this guy has, what talents? He's got Rush, Knockback, and Ice Claw. So this guy will probably knockback me at some point. That'll be fun. He's probably going to hit hard too, because why not? Let's try stunning him. And let's go strafe him, I guess, a little bit. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That was a waste of a strafe. Here's a nice thing about strafe. I can keep like moving with it. Oh, there's this knockback in use, but it failed. Now that's the one bad thing. I have to, keep hitting him, but whatever. Let's go with Starling Shot. He startled him, and then we're supposed to take extra damage from that, I guess, but not sure if he got startled or if he avoided startle. Let's let's go up here. I'm not sure if he rushed me at all, but let's just back up a little bit from him, so can. Oh, that's nice. No, basically, if the guy's out of range, you can fire with like one of your weapons at least at the guy. Let's use this, and then we'll. I should probably save this just in case I need to run away. Alright, so there's Quest of Steamwork Campaign. So, to win the war, you must help the Pride by striking a blow to the Giant's morale and supply lines. Basically, you've explored the Yeti cave and vanquished the Yeti Patriarch, and you must assault the Vapors that important to crush the morale of the utmost tribe. So that's next, I guess, on my list of things to do. See, I got like a quest line, much like you did in Tales of Maj'Eyal, but it's a little bit more, distinct. And here's Hold Their Ground. Orcs have been the prey of the other races for thousands of years, with or without justification. They have learned to withstand things that would break weaker races. And this is a passive ability. Basically, when your life goes below 50%, your serious determination cleanses you of one mental debuff based on the talent level and willpower. This can only happen once every 10 turns, so basically also increases your physical save. Basically, this is a nice little defensive talent here. The Orcs have a lot of nice talents, basically. That's something you'll learn very quickly. Uncanny Reload. You focus on managing your steam gun ammo for 3 turns. While the effect lasts, your attacks do not consume shots. Nice. That's really nice. Let's get this a little bit. Get that again. Let's boost up my constitution a little bit. And I probably don't need to boost up my combat accuracy too much because I'm basically training dexterity, which basically helps with accuracy. So maybe I'll start looking into other stuff like the Smith or the Therapeutics over here. So let's get this. We'll get Therapeutics up to 2. So note there's like different levels, like stuff like Therapeutic Tinctures and stuff like that. Be interesting how that basically all works, but whatever. We'll learn about it as we go along. Eureka, Schematic Learn, Viral Injector. So we got the Viral Injector, which is basically a weapon. Viral grows allow your weapons to apply an infectious agent in contact, dealing many blight damage and reducing their high stat. While this strain is effective, it lacks the ability to spread or adapt to its host weaknesses. Perhaps there are better methods to be found, and it basically requires Therapeutics 3 and Smith 1. Basically, these all require like different levels of stuff. Basically, you need Therapeutics 1, Chemistry 2, Smith 1, Therapeutics 1, Mechanical 1, Smith 1, Chemistry 1. And this one requires Therapeutics 3 and Smith 1. Alright, we got ourselves a new Tinker Kinetics Stabilizer, and you got the Planar Beacon. A strange aura of demonic origins that glows with a surreal red light. And you got the Yeti Muscle Tissue, Patriarch. Muscle tissue extracted from the powerful Yeti. Somewhere, somebody, or something is bound to be interested. And Quest Mystery of the Yetis. So, Mystery of the Yetis. You have found a bit of preserved Yeti muscle. Probably somebody somewhere will be interested. Probably. We'll just finish up in here, and I think that'll be it for the first episode. It's interesting how, I basically have, one of my weapons being out of range, so I fire, once at this guy, when he's like out of range like that. But it's a nice feature I can basically fire my weapons both, like, you know, at like guys that are in range and not exactly in range. And I level up. Cool. Let's go for a little bit more dexterity, a little bit more of this. Sure, we'll get fixed skin 1. And I'll get, what's this? Evasive shots. Using small engines to automate your reflexes, you are able to automatically fire retaliatory shots at your foes, doing 9% weapon damage. Retaliation shots are fired when you evade or miss by a melee range attack. So there's like, you know, another buckle mastery type of thing, so skirmisher type ability on like the Gunslinger. I'm gonna move and get this up a little bit more, I think. This would be a really nice one to get, I think, double shots, getting it up more. So I like stunning peeping. Yep, it's a little bit of that type of game where it's like, you know, this click, click, click until everything dies. And this is apparently a light. Opens a gateway to Fear Escape, stepping through it to a nearby location. As you step out, alright, so this is an interesting little thing. This basically gives you Fear Escape Shift. One of the Demon, or Doombringer abilities, I think it is. Emerald Light Ray, so we'll put this on. And let's go in here, I think. I won't worry too much about money, I think, in this this run. So we'll sell this stuff. There's the old steam gun I have. Let's transmogrify that now. Need to get rid of some of this encumbrance, you know? Encumbrance is bad. I don't really care about this stuff. And there's basically, you know, the sort of introduction to, you know, Tales of Maj'Eyal, the Embers of Rage campaign. We'll go back here quickly. We'll see if there's, like, you know, a guy's interested in what I basically found. Before you stands an impressive undead minotaur. I would like to talk to you. Yes? Soft foot of the Crook, I come to give you a warning, an apology, and a plea for help. An incredible magical force is awakened within one of our elders, Nektosh the One-Horned, and he has gone mad with power. Those who stood up against him were reduced to less than ashes by a beam from his horn, a beam that tunneled far up through the rock above him until we could see the sky. He has convinced some of us that he could use this terrible force to conquer Yale and terrify others into going along with him. He has announced that his first step will be to lead his followers in an attack on Kruk Pride. The rest of us have fled, hiding in caverns across the peninsula. I cannot in good conscience ask you to face certain death before his magic for our sakes, but striking first may be the only way to save your people. He appears to be stalling the invasion, buying you some time, but if you cannot catch him off guard before he finally commits to it, I've seen his power cut through a mountain like it was a leaf, Softfoot. There can be no victory against this kind of magic. Run, hide, and hope he falls victim to an accident or lose the remaining fragments of his sanity that keeps him capable of casting spells. I will check it out. So we got the Clan of the Unicorn, apparently. Mitash has asked you to investigate the criminal clan south of the peninsula. A white hoof turned mad with power is trying to lead them in the war against Kruk Pride. So there's that. And let's see if any of these guys will basically, you know, respond to me if I go close to them or not. Well, I guess I'll have to find, like, you know, wherever I take this, like, you know, quest item, but whatever. For now, that's basically going to be it for the first, you know, episode of, you know, the new Embers of Rage campaign for me. We'll see how far I get with this run. And if not, I'll die and we'll see Yeti probably pop up next. For now, take care.